So I'm having a chat with Alessandro from Edge of Forever. How are you?
I'm very good, and thank you for having me on your show.
No problem at all. Thanks so much for being here. So, firstly, the track that we've been playing of yours, that we've been playing most recently, is called Get Up On Your Feet Again. What can you tell us about the track?
Well, the track is very clear in the message that we want to set out to the universe and to the world and to everyone who's listening to the song. Basically, in a world where adversities are happening every day at every moment, it is tough to react the right way, but there's always a positive outcome and a positive outlet for our reaction, and we better react positively to adversities and find a way out instead of letting our enemy or our oppression win. So it's a song of hope. It's a song of positivity, and hopefully we will plant the seed of a great positive and strong reaction to especially these times that we're living in.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's coming off a new record of yours called Seminole. What can you tell us about that? Because it's out next week.
Yeah, Seminole is you can describe it as a concept album where we tell the story of this warrior, this Native American Seminole Nation warrior that's battling and struggling against adversities with all the dark moments and the solitude and the sadness and the depression of fighting against adversities every day, but with a very positive and strong outcome. And every song is a little part of the journey, and the whole concept started when I was living in Florida, and which is actually the land of the Seminole, and that's why the song Seminole, actually the mini speed at the end of the album starts in the land of the Seminole. These are the lyrics. Because I was in Florida and the pandemic hit and totally changed my life, like everybody else's lives, and I had to adapt and to react to this new reality that I had to face, because till the day before, I could tell myself that I was a musician because I was touring and I was living the dream, and then out of the blue, this big dream just fell apart, and I had to reinvent myself. And being very passionate about the Native American culture and philosophy, I just told this story through the eyes of a Seminole warrior. Actually, the Seminoles really fought with great pride and great honor against their oppressors during the 500 years of the white oppression in the U.S. And while they were fighting for their freedom, they also helped the slaves coming from the north, and they helped them hide in the swamps and the lands of Florida. And this really tells a great story of unity in desperation, because they were fighting a war, but still they had the strength and the manpower and the love and care to save and shelter other people that were oppressed the same way by the same people. So this really could teach us a great lesson of unity in times of desperation instead of division. But unfortunately nowadays all we see is division. We're all pro something or no something. And there's more like you cannot have strength in division. The strength is in the big numbers and in unity, no matter the color, no matter the religion, the philosophy, whatever, the race, whatever where we come from, it shouldn't be a matter of division. It should be a matter of unity because we're all human beings fighting the same fight because we're all striving and fighting to be happy and to live a lovely life and succeed in our own little or dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. So you touched on the pandemic and you touched on COVID. What's it been like writing and recording a record in such different times compared to when you've written records before?
Well, for Edge of Forever, it hasn't changed that much because we live very closely. In a matter of 100 miles, we're all, in the same region, and that didn't change basically anything besides, the tests that we had to do for shooting the videos and, the regulations, staying to the regulations, but recording and writing didn't change. But as for all the other bands and projects that I work with and productions it really changed a lot because we have like a big wall of distance that now we have to, take it or leave it. We have no questions of, should we travel and should we record the album here or there? I mean, there's no option, so we all have to work in the distance. But, musicians have been doing records over the internet for 20 plus years, so probably we were the only category that was ready for a pandemic like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you yourself, not only as part of Edge of Forever, you've been part of many bands and many artists doing a variety of things from songwriting to producing and mixing and mastering. It keeps you busy. So obviously with so much going on, do you have a preference? Is there a certain area of what you do that you prefer more to others, or is it all just part of one big job that you enjoy?
Well, when I was a kid and I wanted to and had this dream of being a musician, I didn't know, especially at that time where there was no internet and you couldn't know some of the behind the scenes things that happen on records. I didn't even know that producers existed, or I only thought that the bands were just doing everything by themselves. So I started, and my big dream was to be in one band, starting my own band at 12, and staying together with that band forever. But then when I entered the business, I realized that if I wanted to make a living and exploit all my talents that I knew that I had to create and strengthen, I realized that I could do so much more than just staying with a band, and people started to like what I was doing, so they became kind of accustomed to know that I was in the business and available for songs or production or mixing, and they liked what I did, and I started to work with lots of people, and requests kept coming and still keep coming, and I'm very grateful for that. So I accepted that I didn't make it with just one band, because my dream was to have like a band like Queen and, stay the same 4 people for 20 plus years, make records, tour the world with only those 4 people, but that was a kid's dream. But I'm very grateful that, there's lots of musicians that like what I do, so I can also keep it very fresh and exciting, because, I take it as a challenge every day, because every day maybe I have a different client and or a different task. So I like to, challenge myself and see if my talents are strong enough to accomplish the job. So for me, it's also a matter of staying sane inside the music business, and obviously there's also a pride. I kind of pride myself with all the things I do, because it's still referring to the kid's dream. It's I feel complete because I stayed true to my dream and I fought hard, and then at the end, have all this music in me that I can share with lots of musicians and thousands of people, and for me it's a privilege. So I live it, with a big smile on my face, and I feel very grateful for it.
Good. And obviously, when you're writing songwriting, it's not just for Edge of Forever. There's other projects that you write for as well. When you do write, are you writing for a specific project, or are you writing and then see who it fits for after that?
Well, most of the times are just specifically for the artist that's requiring song from me. Because to me, it's easier to write with a target. I'm not that kind of songwriter that has thousands of songs on a sketchbook or on voice memos or stuff like that. I'm not that kind of writer. I wish I were, but I'm not. I need to to have a target to write. Also because I always tend to write lyrics that can be true with the singer that's going to sing the song, and make it as close to his personal journey than just write something that it's good for me and it's going to be maybe good for somebody else. I want to write with a target in mind. That's easier for me. Obviously, it's different when I write for myself. That gives me way more freedom than writing for somebody else.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Alessandro, it's been great having a chat with you.
It's been my pleasure, and thank you for the support. And I really hope you're going to like the album when it comes out.
I hope so too. I'm sure I will. If I've enjoyed the singles, I'll enjoy the record, I'm sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure about that.